so beautiful. It is 61 degrees here in New York, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And I'm having a fantastic day now because I took a half a day off work and I am going to get my hair done. I'm on top of this mountain, as you could tell. This is Storm King Mountain in Orange County, New York. And I just needed to share all of this with you. I really needed a break, like a mental break, because I have to be honest with you. If you had a chance to watch my video on being hacked, that happened on September 30th. Today is October 17th, and I have been in, I don't even know, I feel like I'm in the twilight zone, to be honest with you, because that video was only part one of the whole situation with the hacker. And since then, or once the video was posted, the hacker, this past weekend actually, the hacker, I don't know if it's the same hacker. I have to assume it is because I've never been hacked and the two incidents are too close together. So let's assume it's the same person. Anyway, I get a text message on my phone, and I'm going to insert it here just so that you can see what I'm talking about. I get a text message on my phone that this person accidentally deposited $3,000 into my bank account. At that point, I don't know about you, but I start to get nervous when I'm getting a text message from somebody and they accidentally deposit $3,000 in my bank account. First of all, I don't think I've ever accidentally deposited any money, not even 2 cents, 3 cents, 5 cents, or 25 cents into anyone's account. So I already know this is a problem. So at first I just think it's a scam, but I go and check my bank account and it's true. There's $3,000 in one of my checking accounts. So the person that's text messaging me is correct. And at this point, it's Sunday, the day before Columbus Day. And my banking accounts are with a credit union. Well, the credit union's not open on Sunday. The fraud department's not open on Sunday. And then we had Columbus Day on Monday, so nobody was around Monday. And for 48 hours plus, I was so stressed out, I can't even begin to tell you. The only positive thing about this whole situation and the fact that the hacker got in my bank account is that I have two checking accounts. One is a joint account with my daughter, and that's the account the hacker got into. And my regular account is separate, but it's still under the same umbrella. Anyway, I'm sure you understand exactly what I said. If you have joint accounts with your kids, they sit under you within the bank. So anyway, that bank account was associated with my eBay account. And I had an eBay account, and I had listings in there because I would sell some stuff on eBay. Well, the transaction from the hacker mentioned eBay. So the next natural thing that I did is I went to eBay to see what was going on. And of course, I don't exist in eBay anymore. I don't have any listings. Whatever. I'm gone. I'm vanished from eBay. So apparently the hacker got into my eBay account, got my banking information, got my telephone number, and was able to manage putting $3,000 in my account. Crazy. So bizarre. This is just so bizarre. Anyway, I'm going to include pictures of some of these things as I'm talking about it, and you have been watching all the fall foliage here. So while you're enjoying the beautiful scenery, you're hearing about my whole debacle of the hacker. So anyway, at this point, I realized that the hacker hacked my eBay account. I don't exist in eBay anymore. And the only way the hacker figured that out was because the hacker got into my email. So in my first video, I told you all about the email. So once the hacker is in your email, they go through all your email to figure out who you're getting emails from. And I'm sure they have some prioritization in terms of accounts that they're going to start to attack. For example, I get email from Sears and Kohl's. They don't give a crap about those stores. They're looking for targeted accounts. So they got to eBay, they got my banking information and deposited $3,000 in my bank account. Finally, when Tuesday morning rolled around, I contacted my bank. I was a basket case, I'll tell you that much. An absolute basket case, because there was nothing I could do on my own to lock down my bank accounts. And that would be okay if I only had a small amount of money in there, but that's not the case. And we're not going to really talk about that. But it was so nerve-wracking, so flippin' nerve-wracking. So by the time I got to the bank on Tuesday morning and I talked to somebody and expressed my concerns, that was a very frustrating experience in itself. But at the end of the day, I went to the bank, I withdrew all my money, I opened another bank account with a more reputable bank that's open on Sundays and holidays if there's any kind of fraudulent activity or anything like that. And that was a disaster. So the one thing I didn't tell you is the hacker called me and I didn't answer the phone. And then the hacker left me a message, and I'm going to let you hear that. I'm going to insert that message here and see if it comes through. The voice is very faint, but it's the hacker and asking me to return the money.
Yeah. So please, we sent you an amount from eBay by mistake, and you see it in your bank. So please, if you can, just give us our money or something like that, or send us a message or something, please. Thank you.
So anyway, that is what's been going on over here. And as I was saying in the beginning of this video, I really needed this day and this afternoon to get out of the house, take a nice drive, enjoy the scenery, get my hair fixed. Maybe I'll even go to the nail salon. So that's what I'm going to do this afternoon. I am just going to relax the best I can. At least right now, at this point in time, I'm in what I call damage control mode. There's not too many other things the hacker can actually get to or do anything to me financially. They didn't get any money from me. They didn't hurt me in any way financially. It's just been an absolutely nerve-wracking experience, and they've caused so much disruption to my life because they hacked into my email and into a lot of my other accounts, and I'm still working on changing my email address for anybody that was of some level of importance that emailed me. And remember, this could be your Kohl's account or your Spotify or your Uber or your Michael's account, your Michael's Craft Store account, because they use your email, most of them, as your logon ID. So in order to change your email, that's a whole little debacle in itself. So it takes time. And I'm just working my way through the list to get everything switched over. It is an absolute nightmare. But yeah, that's okay. It could be worse, right? There's a lot of other things that could happen to us that could be worse. I have my health, I'm blessed, my kids, a place to live, food in my mouth, a job. I'm not complaining. Please know that I'm not complaining. I am just telling you what happened to me so that there's another level of awareness in the world. That's all. If you already know and you're that up on all of this hacking stuff and you're really severely protected and you don't use the same password in your email for other accounts, great. Congratulations. But I have a feeling there are a lot of people that did exactly what I did, and I literally talk to many people about this every time I encounter someone who's willing to listen to me, I ask them the question, do you use the same password in your email account that you use for other accounts? And I have to tell you, 9 out of 10 times of the people I've encountered in the past 3 weeks have told me that they do that. Yeah, no matter who it is. People in the bank, anywhere I've been, I've asked that question. And 9 out of 10 times, the answer is yes, I use the same password because I can't remember different passwords. So just warning again, if you use the same password, change it, use a secure, complicated password, get a notebook, get something and write things down, and make sure that you turn on the multi-factor authenticator if you can, and whatever vendor that you're using has that ability to do that. I was about ready to end the video and then upload this content that you just watched for final editing and posting. And then I got this phone call from the hacker. Listen to this.
Yeah, hello. You're speaking with Mark from eBay customer support. We're calling you about your eBay because we noticed some suspicious activities going on in your eBay account. So if you saw our record, please call us.
This is seriously the never ending effing nightmare. I don't even know what to say. I want to show you something because I blocked the hacker's first telephone number that they called me from. And if you look here under the voicemail part of what you're seeing, there's no telephone number. Yeah, hello, you're speaking with Mark on Sunday, but there's no telephone number there or a name. A telephone number does not appear in my phone. So the hacker figured out that I have software on my phone to detect the old phone number that they were calling me from, and now they're trying to get to me another way. I don't even understand why they would call me. They called me after I spoke to eBay when I realized that they hacked my account. Well, I realized they hacked my account a week ago, but I couldn't get anybody on the phone at eBay. It was so frustrating. And of course, I had to work all week, so I had to have certain time allocated to do this. But finally, this past Sunday, I did reach somebody at eBay. And let me tell you about what this hacker's been doing on my eBay account. On October 9th, they sold a $5 short sleeve top and it was delivered. It's interesting that they made this sale and it was delivered, and the sale was on October 9th. And on Sunday, October 12th, is when they made that $3,000 deposit I told you about early on in the video. They listed these items here on October 10th. And nothing came of them, so I guess they're waiting to relist them. Well, they're not going to be relisting anything because they can't get in my account now. They have some things in their shopping cart for a total of $797.49. So some sneakers and some sports jerseys, and I don't even know what else is here, but they have all this stuff in the shopping cart. And they sold these speakers and they were delivered. Look at that, $4,900. Oh my God. And look at these, $5,300 sold on October 16th and the buyer paid. Look at this. They sold these on October 16th and I spoke to eBay on October 19th. And that's the day the hacker called me for the second time and left a message. And now the hacker has a name. I guess I should say Mark called me. I realize this is not my typical American Girl doll content, but I feel like it is so important for me to push out this information, this god-awful nightmare that I have been going through thanks to this hacker. I really feel like you need to know about this, and maybe there's other people on YouTube that need to hear this. Now I'm going to talk you through some suggestions on what you should do if you ever encounter such a situation. I included all of this information in the description of my last video on this topic. And now I'm including all the suggestions here, and I'm going to read them to you in the event that you're multitasking and not even looking at the computer, phone, or TV right now. Number 1, Secure your email first. Change your email password again. If you've already done it, do it again, but do it from a device you know is safe. Run a virus malware scan first. I just want to let you know that I use Malwarebytes and it's a really easy program to use. Next, turn on two-factor authentication, preferably using an authenticator app instead of just text messages. Next, check your email settings to make sure no one has added auto forwarding rules, recovery emails, or phone numbers you don't recognize. And if you recall my first video on this topic, that's exactly what the hacker did to my email. Number 2, protect your financial and app accounts. Enable two-factor authentication on PayPal, Venmo, Uber, DoorDash, and any other accounts that have your banking information or credit cards. Also, contact your bank and payment providers to alert them that your accounts were targeted. They can monitor for unusual activity. Review your recent transactions and dispute anything suspicious. Number 3, monitor and lock down your identity. Pull your free credit reports from annualcreditreport.com. Consider placing a fraud alert or even a credit freeze with the major credit bureaus, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. Number 4, general best practices moving forward. Use a unique, strong password for every account. A password manager makes this much easier. Keep your devices and apps updated to patch vulnerabilities. Be extra cautious with unexpected emails or links. Many hacks start with phishing. If you ever see a ransom demand, don't pay it. Payment really makes the problem go away. One other thing, if your email stops working, and I talked about this before, but just want to give you a reminder, meaning you stop getting email, you should check your mailbox rules and forward settings in Outlook or Hotmail or Gmail or wherever. Hackers often add rules to delete or forward all incoming mail to themselves. Also, check your recovery email and phone numbers under Microsoft account settings or whatever service you're using and make sure nothing unfamiliar is listed. Check your sign-in activity. Microsoft lets you view recent logins and their locations. If suspicious logins persist, you should immediately revoke sessions and re-secure your account. If the account still misbehaves, contact Microsoft support directly or whatever provider you're using. This could be a persistent hijack. Also, segregate communications and note that your email may be unstable. You should set up a new clean email account, Gmail, Outlook, whatever, for critical communications going forward. So any of that junk spam you get, who cares about that? But anything that's really important, have it sent to a brand new, fresh email account. That's exactly what I did. Continue monitoring, keep checking for password reset attempts and fraud alerts. Lastly, check haveibeenpwned.com to see if your email was in any known data breach. And here is the result of what happened when I did it. My email was part of 22 data breaches for all of these companies, and there's information in here and things that you need to do to further protect yourself. And that's all I have for you. I hope this information was helpful to you. Let me know your thoughts, and I would like to know if you've ever been hacked or somebody close to you has been hacked and what that experience was like. Was it as severe as what I'm going through? I mean, this hacker is really like on an all-out assault against me. And on that note, I'm going to say goodbye, stay safe, be careful online, follow some of these tips, and take care of yourself, and I'll be back again real soon with another video for you.